everybody. So, it's time for another installment of, if I can find it, Scarlet, hello. Oh, I am tired. I've been out walking a lot this week. And also, I went out shopping today and got myself a pair of shorts and a matching shirt. So, very exciting. Sunshine filters in through the dusty windows of the estate as your eyes flit open. You managed to survive a second night in the town of Scarlet Hollow. As you pull yourself out of bed, you can feel the soot and grime of the shaw mine still stuck to your skin. Take a shower. You step into the guest bathroom and into the shower. The water is hot and sprightly enough to sleep. As steam fills your lungs and soup washes down your rain, you think about wrestling a shower leg and the image of blood barely still attached your mind. Rub feverishly trying to scrape the memories from your skin as a Saturday morning. Calendar, this one's not something special that you think about. Stella! Your cryptic hunting companion, and everything that you have been through since you got to town. You're done here. Also, I don't know if that does anything. I don't know if specifically thinking about someone does anything or boost your relationship score, but maybe. You turn off the faucet and dry yourself off. Time to start your day. Check on the opossum. We gotta check on Dustin. There are two of them now. Wave at them, please get out my drawer, pet them, wave at them. They look up at you. We're gonna close the dresser. We've had enough of the growing family of opossums that live in your dresser, at least for the time being. Look out the window. You walk over to the window, fondly think about the pleasant view it provided you on Monday. It's the same view. Turn back. You turn back to the guest room. Check the closet. Every time you see that doll, your heart skips a beat. It hasn't moved, right? Turn back. That's enough of this closet. You turn back to the guest room. Message your group chat. You pull out your phone, open up your group chat with Stella and Kanika. Morning, how are you guys holding up? Last night was terrible. What's the game plan? Can't wait to go Spus tonight. I get to meet Reese today. I'm gonna do this one. What's the game plan? It'll probably be a bit before you get a response. Should we text Stella? Pull your phone. Hey, holding up? Wanna hang out? I miss your guest bed. I'm gonna do that one. I miss your guest bed. Text Kanika. Are you holding up? You'll probably be a bit before you get a response. Head downstairs. You've done everything you want to up to. Time to start your day. You enter the kitchen to find your cousin in the midst of devouring a pint of banana chocolate chunk. She isn't alone. Frou-Frou glares at you from her usual spot on the counter as a red-headed woman busies herself trying to tidy as best she can. Booksmart, you have to imagine that the fresh face in the kitchen is Janie. Tabitha did mention that she comes in on Wednesdays to clean. Tabitha's gaze swivels from the woman to you, her glare intensifying. Hi, you must be Janie. Tabitha mentioned you'd be coming in today. That's right, I'm just here to do a little bit of cleaning, what cleaning Miss Tabitha will let me do at least. I could have this place looking brand new, you know. Don't go making any big reservations or moving anything around. I like knowing where my stuff is. Okie dokie, it's so nice to finally meet you, Emily. I guess I did meet you on Monday when you popped into the diner. Janie? But seeing someone somewhere and meeting them face to face are two completely different things, I suppose. All I'm trying to say is that it's wonderful to finally actually meet you. I'm so happy part of the family is here to keep Miss Tabitha's company. What with everything that's Janie. Oh, I'm sorry, Miss Tabitha. Am I being too much again? Tabitha grumbles in acknowledgement. Oh, were you having ice cream for breakfast? Any updates from Rosalina? I'm gonna do this one. Oh, we're having ice cream for breakfast? I'll have no sass from you today. They apparently had to take that little girl's foot last night. So I'm under a lot of stress right now in case you hadn't put that together. And there is no we here. This stuff is way too hard to get a hold of for me to share. Tabitha takes one last spoonful of ice cream, then discards the empty container, turning to you with her trademark scowl. Let's get going. I've got an errand to run in town. Every time I've left you here alone, something terrible's wound up happening, so you're coming with me. You can't just take away my freedom like that. Watch me. Janie, lock up when you're done, leave, please, and don't go rearranging anything. I'll know. As you ready to leave, Janie approaches from the far side of the kitchen. Tabitha remains between the two of you, impatiently tapping her foot. Oh, Emily, before you go, I heard about what happened last night. I heard about it before Miss Tabitha mentioned it just now. And then I heard it again. I just wanted to say that I'm so sorry you got caught up in that. I'll be praying for Oscar and poor little Rosalina. They're such sweethearts. Couldn't have happened to nicer people. Thanks, last night was a lot. You should get out of town. Why do you clean this place? I Tabitha so mean to you. Oh, I think about a guy named Wayne. Thanks, last night was a lot. If you ever need to talk to anyone, my husband is the local pastor. He's a gentleman and always willing to lend an ear. He's actually been going a little stir crazy ever since we moved here. What with nobody really attending sermons. It'd probably do him a lot of good to talk you through your worries. Sounds wonderful. Thank you for the offer. Of course, he's always ready and willing to talk to people. So feel free to stop by the church anytime. The door is always open. I'm gonna ask her about Wayne. Do you know anything about a guy named Wayne? I'm going to stop the two of you right there. Emily, I'm busy and not in the mood to stand around waiting while you play Nancy Drew with my cleaning lady right in front of me. We're leaving. Bye, Janie. Alrighty then, be safe out there, you two. Tabitha practically drags you from the estate. One hand clasps firmly around your arm. I was wondering if Janie's heard anything weird going on in the estate. It would be easy to break your powerful arms from her grasp, but doing so might serve to further irritate her. Break free, nobody drags Emily's places. Break free, Tabitha needs to know who's boss. Let Tabitha continue dragging you. You may be physically stronger than you, but you know where you fall in the pecking order. Let Tabitha continue dragging you. You think there's a pecking order. I'm gonna do this one. You break free, feeling the frustration ball up in Tabitha's shoulders. She sighs. Hug, fine, you can walk on your own. You and Tabitha walk through the doors of the estate and into her car. The ride to town is uneventful. Your cousin, unsurprisingly, more focused on the road than on making conversation. Alright, we're just popping into the general store for a few minutes. What are we doing at the general store? What are we doing at the general store? Picking up tea from Sybil. You drink tea? Oh, tea. What kind of tea? Not sagely. Kind of want to do this one. Not sagely. I feel like I should be solving a mystery right now. A mystery? What mystery? The events of last night are pretty cut and dried. Like, come on. Is it more believable that the shop might collapse because mysterious unseen forces, or is it more believable that it collapsed because it was a condemned mind that was unsuitable for human beings? People like Stella turn to conspiracy theories and the supernatural because they can't handle the truth. Our world is ruled by chaotic forces that don't follow any kind of logical pattern. Bad things can happen to good people suddenly and for no reason. You can choose to accept that, or you can live in denial. You and Tabitha turn as the door to the general store bursts open. A flustered Kanika exits, shouting behind her. Fine, okay, keep coddling him. Keep letting him get away with stuff you never would have let me so much as think about. I'm sick of carrying this family. Kanika storms up, the door is slowly drifting shut behind her. Ugh, other people and their drama. If more people kept things to themselves, they'd be a lot happier. True strength is not being afraid to show when you're struggling. Being able to pick things up and put them down does make you an expert on strength of character. Come on, alright, let's go. The bells of the general store chime as you cross the threshold. The smells of old wood and steamy herbal tea flood your senses, making you feel instantly at home. Good morning, you two. Hope you're doing well after last night's activities. Morning. Is the new blend already ready? Of course. Emily, if you'd like to keep Miles company, Tabitha and I will just be a minute. Is Kanika okay? Sounds like you've done it. I'm gonna do this one. Is Kanika okay? Of course. She just needs time to cool down. Emotions are a little high considering everything that happened yesterday. She'll settle down soon enough. I'm just glad most of my little ones made it out okay. Civil motions for Tabitha to follow, and they both disappear into the tea room, closing the door behind them with a tinkling of bells. Try and listen in. You walk up to the door of the tea room to listen in. Subtle. Longer than you'd hope, but Sybil pauses. A moment later, you hear footsteps move to the far end of the tea room. If she and Tabitha resume their discussion, their voices are too soft for you to hear. Also, that's Kanika and Miles' dad and granddad, I'm assuming. It's long before the tinkling bells interrupt your attempted listening session to announce another patron. Or in this case, another 2 patrons. Well, you've never seen the man besides Duke before, but whoever he is, he's big. If it ain't Emily, Bo, this is Miss Scarlet's cousin. She was there with Stella that night in the woods. It's a pleasure to meet you, miss. My name's Bo. I'm Duke's boy. Hope you've been faring better since all that unpleasantness. How's Birdie doing and things got worse? How have you been? Hang in there. How's Birdie doing? Oh, she's hanging in there. Managed to cut the little critter out of her and stitch her back up, and she ain't happy about her situation. Oh, that does answer a question. They are incubating the wildlife. We got her set up in a closet with a heat lamp. Been trying to feed her all her favorite foods, scrambled eggs and whatnot, but she hasn't been too interested. At least she's not out in them woods. How have you been? Are you hanging in there? Oh, I can't complain. Now that we know what's been getting at the chickens, them things won't so much as step foot in my property. Now with Bo and me watching the perimeter. Wow, with our shotguns at the ready. We even set the missus up with her pistol. Good thing we was watching. Nearly caught Julius trying to make off with Big Betty. See, I find that interesting. Because if you don't save Duke, Bo doesn't mention Big Betty until later on. I find that interesting. So he did try to steal her. As if he could have carried off nearly a 2,000-pound pumpkin on his own. I'd almost love to see him try. It's not like we'll be taking her to safe air anyway. Now all she's good for is making the world's largest pumpkin pie. I don't think Mama has a tin big enough for a Big Betty-sized pie, Daddy. Who's Julius? Julius Tremaine. He practically spits the name. Some cousin, however many times removed, though I don't claim him as kin. He owns the farm next door, except he doesn't seem to have a good grasp on whose property is whose. Thinks he owns half our land. Always sneak around taking vegetables we planted. Of course, the way he tells it, we're the ones stealing from him, saying he's the one putting seeds in the ground. He's a miserable little cuss, and he knows it too. Stealing vegetables born of other folks' hard labor is probably the only joy he has in life. I read about your family's feud in the library. Did you now? We've rebuilt local history for someone to decide to write down. Ain't even interesting. Big Betty is a pumpkin? Sure is. Probably would take home at least a few ribbons at the state fair this year. Maybe even a world record if we were lucky. Oh well, my hands are more important. We'll just have to grow an even big one next year, Daddy. The land's been good to us. We sure grown big out on the Callaway farm. I'm gonna do this one. Those things we saw on Monday are apparently called ditchlings. It's supposed to be a bad omen. Ditchlings? Sounds like some old folktale. Suppose that suits him. As for being an omen, I believe that too. But I suppose there's not much to be done if they're forewarning some kind of disaster, besides looking out for me and mine. Still, I appreciate you telling me, Emily. Have you seen any of them around your farm? Yeah, we saw a few of those critters. I got scared up before I could start shooting. Nasty little buggers. We've all been loose and sleep, making sure we can keep an eye on things. It's even rubbing off on the hens. The little ladies have been lame this week. You know, Daddy, I bet some big mastiff could keep them things away. This seems like just the kind of job for a guard dog. Now, don't you start again. We ain't getting a dog. I got enough mouths to feed, and as much as you say you'll take responsibility, I know it'll be me clean up after it. Besides, I don't have much faith this thing will be stopped by a dog. I saw more than a few in that nest. Should we say this one? Things have gotten worse. I did hear whispers about what happened up at the mines last time. So sorry to hear about poor little Rosalina. Scarlet Hollow ain't so safe this week, it would seem. Nice seeing you, Duke. It was a pleasure running into you, Emily, but we best get on with our shopping. Can't spend too long away from the farm with those little devils running around. Can't leave Mama all by herself up there for very long. You have a good one. Hope Scarlet Hollow treats you better from now on. It was nice meeting you, Emily. And please tell Miss Scarlet I'm sorry about her mama. They shuffle off into the aisles. Tabitha and Silver are still in the tea room. Your phone buzzes. Oh my god, hey, I overslept. Still gotta make myself breakfast. Me a library after and figure out a plan. And then buzzes again. Hey again, lol. If you want to come over for breakfast, that's well, honestly love to hang out. And then buzzes yet again. Somebody was busy this morning. Sliding into the DMs, are we? If you want to hang out before the library thing, I'm parked in the abandoned lot by the gas station. It's hard to miss. You have plenty of time before dinner at Reese's house. Now, we could stay. We could go after it. I kind of want to swing by Stella. But I also kind of want to go to the diner to see Avery. Decisions. I hate making decisions like this. We're gonna... Maybe we should check it on Oscar? Swing by Stella's. Doesn't take long to make your way to Stella's house. You politely knock on Stella's door. There's no answer. You knock again, louder this time. The renewed effort is immediately met by the sound of an excited Gretchen. An exhausted Stella groggily stares at you from her doorway. Hey, sorry I'm a bit of a mess. I guess I slept in a lot. Give me a minute to finish getting dressed and I can make us some breakfast. Stella talks from the other room as she changes. What are you feeling for breakfast? Pancakes, eggs and biscuits, maybe just classic scramble? Also, toast or waffles if that's more your speed. All of those options sound incredible. It's like you know the way to my heart. What can I say? Great minds think alike. Should we do the biscuits? Should we do the pancakes? Biscuits? Can't go wrong with a scramble. I'm gonna do this one. Offering biscuits after I've had one of Winnie's. Someone's got a secret family recipe, huh? Haha, maybe. I never said they'd be as good as Winnie's, but I've certainly got a trick or two up my sleeve. let's see what you got. Biscuits it is. Excellent. You won't be disappointed. You can even make them together. Alright, let's get started. Also, I love that her shirt, since we're going ghost hunting, has a little ghost on it. That's a cute jumpsuit. Yeah? I'd be lying if I said I didn't pick it out just for you. This used to be my lucky get-up back from back when I did ghost hunting videos. Though I guess you might call it unlucky since I've never actually seen a ghost. But hey, after the past couple nights, maybe you can use a bit of bad luck. Or the kind of bad luck where we don't find anything, of course. Don't want to jinx us. Should we start on food? I'm starving. Yeah, let's do it. Biscuits from scratch seem to intimidate a lot of people, but once you get down, they're super quick and easy. How about you mix the butter into the dry ingredients while I get everything else ready? Had to take a drink. Got myself a Mountain Dew, and yeah. She hands you a bowl. You gotta get in there with your hands. Just squish the butter into the flour until all the big chunks are gone. Don't worry, this isn't my first biscuit rodeo. Excellent. Always good to have someone experienced helping out in the kitchen. With the two of us working together, maybe these will be as good as the diner's biscuits. I've never quite been able to compete with that level of perfection on my own. Squish that mix. You get to work and start kneading the mix. I'll get started on the gravy while you're at it. Anyway, seems like you got an earlier start than I did today. Anything interesting happen while I was asleep? Did Tabby give you a hard time? And have you heard anything from Oscar? I'm gonna do this one. Tabitha was planning on babysitting me all day, but I gave her the slip. I'm glad you're here. It's been really nice spending time with you, even if a lot of it has been the two of us running in terror from the monster of the day. I'm gonna do this one. I ran to Duke's Boat, the general store this morning. Oh yeah? How are they doing? Have they run any more ditching? Seems like they're doing okay. I'm gonna do this one. It looks like they're canceling their trip to the state fair. Oh, that's too bad. Probably for the best, all things considered, though. I haven't talked to Oscar yet, but apparently they have the amputate Rosalina's foot. The color is orange from Stella's face. Oh no. Stella stands in silence for a moment before perking up. I made some cookies last night after we got home. I was a little restless. I'll bring them over today. I'm not sure what else I can even do. Though cleansing us out of this spiritual residue will probably be helpful too. Hope you haven't forgotten about ghost hunting plans this evening. How are you still so positive after everything that's happened? Different people cope in different ways. I know there's nothing I can do about this situation, so I just try not to think about it. If I did, I might sink into a pit of despair, and then I'd just be useless. But if I just tuck it all away, I can be there for people who need me. Like the way you've been there for folks this week. I like this one. Don't keep the things you're scared of locked away in the attic of your mind. It can easily end worse than if you just dealt with them outright. Jane Eyre. Jane Eyre is one of my favorite books. I might make a video about it one of these days. Be fun. It's like Mr. Rochester. Those things may one day break free and burn your whole house down. Stella pauses for a moment, contemplating what you just said, I feel like you're making a reference to something I haven't read. But I totally get what you're saying. I should keep them in metaphorical shed-out bags instead. That way they can't burn them out. Which I guess is my body in this metaphorical scenario. Maybe I should build an actual tiny house and write down all my bad feelings on little slips of paper and stuff them in there and never see a light of day. That sounds like pretty good therapy, honestly. But in the meantime, I can just choose for myself into distracting activities with the people I care about. Like making breakfast, gotta make sure we're fueled up for a ghost hunt tonight. Hope you didn't forget about our evening plans. I'm extremely pumped. Whatever happens, I hope it's scary. I'm extremely pumped. Excellent, me too. If there's a ghost, I hope it tries to communicate with us and scare us. I want to know what it's like to be dead, or if there are more ghosts out there. And hey, if it's the same thing like any other ghost hunt you've ever been on, it'll be a much appreciated graveyard. Unless you count Tommy Knockers' ghost. Or wait, how's the squishing coming along? I think I'm done. How's this look? Stella reaches over and takes the bowl from you. Looks perfect. Now I just have to add the wet stuff and we're in business. If you want to go ahead and wash your hands, I can take care of the rolling and folding. You wash your hands as Stella adds your milk concoction to the flour mixture, stirring it a few times before turning to the counter for the final step. My little babies are ready to go in the oven. If you don't mind, I'm going to make an egg for myself while we wait. Actually, kind of an egg too. Of course, the more the merrier. Hope you like over easy. Stella cracks an egg into a fresh pan and gets back to work on the stove. Thanks for coming over, by the way. It gets lonely here sometimes. Tabitha. What exactly is your history with my cousin? Okay, I guess I can spill the beans. I suppose you could say we kind of dated. It was never really official, and she might feel a little differently. As far as I'm concerned, that was my first relationship. Not that she's my type or anything. Honestly, that's a lot closer to you. You still have feelings for her? What was it like dating her? She's hilarious, and I don't know, it's hard to explain what draws you so much. I like the challenge of breaking down all those walls she built up around herself. It was kind of like taming a wild animal, you know? But it all just kind of stopped after high school. I guess we didn't see each other every day, and she was always busy at the mine, so there wasn't much of a chance to hang out anymore. I wish we could have stayed friends, like actual friends. I could use someone like her after the big accident. Nika was at school already. Reese was sick, and Tabitha wouldn't even return my calls. It was, well, it's ancient history. Can't change the past. What happened to your parents? Stella tenses. Car crash. They were taking me to college. I didn't wind up going to college. Not much more to be said. That's why you've been so nervous around cars. Yeah. Can we talk about something else? ever hang out with Avery? Oh, that's a good question. I guess I just don't know them very well. I grew up with Reese and Kanika and Tabby. Even you don't seem like a stranger, what with who you're related to. Avery moved here a few years ago, kind of close on the heels of all that stuff with the accident. So I guess I wasn't really in the right headspace for making new friends. I did do go to their party, but now that you mention it, it's weird that I haven't thought to try and hang out with them outside of that. I should text them sometime. I wonder if we can... You and Kanika seem really close. Yeah, it's nice that she's back in town, but I wish she were under better circumstances. She's so busy with the store too. I don't know how she does it. It's been nice hanging out with her more the past couple of days. Though again, better circumstances would be nice. Do you think you'll always live here? Have you ever thought of moving away? It's hard to say. This house means a lot to me. This town means a lot to me. And I haven't had to think about where to live or where to go. But I guess I could see myself leaving for the right reason. Or for the right person. So, we're actually going to be reached today, right? Heck yeah, we are. Dr. Kelly tries to turn his way again. We can just sneak in. Nothing will stand in the way of us in friendship. What's he like? Are you sure he's weird? Do you think he's contagious? What's he like? Not about to ruin the cool and mysterious introduction by telling you. I think you'll like him though. He was real for most of his childhood. And if he is a ghost, now that's even better. He can tell us what being a ghost is like. I kinda get it. His mom's got it rough. Yeah, I can't imagine being in her shoes. Her whole life is taking care of him at this point, you know? Do you think he's contagious? Nah, whatever's sick with him, gotta just be a Reese thing. His mom isn't sick. And I've seen him a couple times and it's been years and I'm totally fine. How's food coming? The timer goes off and Stella excitedly pops up in the oven, pulling out a tray of delectable biscuits. Funny you should ask. Looks like we're done here. With that, breakfast is served. Oh yeah, that's a fresh biscuit, alright. Still not as good as the diners, but if I could capture that kind of perfection, there'd be no mountains left for me to conquer. Better to have the thrill of a challenge. I'm so glad you came over today. I've been having a bit of a hard time sleeping the past couple nights. I'm sure you can relate. I think I need a nice, slow morning like this. Just hang out with you. As you and Stella start to go in, again, you're interrupted by a phone alarm going off. Oh shoot, I almost forgot it. It's MayorJimmy Day. If they're even still doing it after last night. Wonder if the news has spread. Either way, it's a good excuse to meet up with Oscar and see how Rosalina's doing. Gretchen barks at the mention of MayorJimmy. Right, the dog bit. You should let Avery know. Yeah, you're right. I don't know if they work today, but I shouldn't keep giving myself reasons to not reach out to them. Let's finish up and head on over. I'll make sure to bring some biscuits for the mayor. You and Stella make your way to the library. It's busier than usual. A small crowd has already formed in the corner of the main foyer. Hopefully everyone else will get here soon. Avery! Hey, came over as soon as I got your message. Had no idea this was going on today. Thanks so much for the heads up. Thank God we have something to do this morning. My family's been driving me nuts. Oh, hey Avery, here to see the mayor? Kind of. Mostly stopped by to see all of y'all. The diner's been buzzing about what happened last night. It's just awful. Poor Rosalina. I hope she's doing okay, but it sounds like Avery glances around for leaning and lowering their voice. This is just between us, but it sounds like the miner... Oh, this is interesting, but it sounds like the miners might strike over this. It's getting really serious. Oh, whoa. Power to them. It's about time. Though, can you strike while unit? I don't think you can legally call it a strike. I think you have to say it's collective action or something. Still, I hope Tabitha is shaking her boots right now. Are things at the mines really that bad? Poor Tabby. Tabby's really been going through it this week. Stella. Forget I said anything. It looks like our turn with the mayor. Yep, he's a dog. You can tell this dog is the mayor from his little sash and his fancy top hat. There's a regal air about him, almost as if he knows the position of authority he's been elected to. You haven't met the serious man by his side, but you have to assume that he's the mayor's handler. He holds out his paw as if to shake your hand. He's so cute! He's the mayor, right? It's the best part of living in Scarlet Hollow, besides the nature. And all my friends, Emily's biscuits, oh, and the close-knit small-town community, of course. But having a dog mayor is a close fifth, no contest. He's pretty cute, too. It's almost like he really thinks he's the mayor to me, since all regal like that. Avery turns to you conspiratorially. Though, to be honest, I voted for Daisy in the last election, but don't tell him that. Gretchen squirms in Stella's arm, straining to get MayorJimmy. Hey, whoa, Gretchen, calm down, old girl, you're gonna pull a muscle. Miss Richmond, I'm gonna have to ask you and your dog to stay up away from the mayor. I should know better. These two had never been able to get along. Stella walks off, struggling to hold Gretchen back. Kanika and Avery are quick to follow. Follow them? It looks like everybody else is already talking to Oscar in the next room. And Pastor Daniel! Excuse me, guys, I need another drink. Ugh. Before you can catch up to your companions, you're intercepted by a nervous man with a cross around his neck. Sounds like old Gretchen, the mayor, may have some unresolved issues, wouldn't you say? I'm Pastor Daniel. I take it you're Emily. Everyone's been buzzing about you. I'm so sorry about your aunt, but I'm sure she's in a better place now. Janie mentioned you this morning. That woman is the light of my life. I'm so glad she's there to help your cousin through this rough path. I kind of want to do this one. You mentioned Caroline being in a better place earlier. I doubt it's a better place. It sounds like she was awful. Oh, I'm sure she wasn't that bad. Most people are good deep down inside, but I wish I had that optimism. It's best not to speak ill of the dead. Hey, do you know anything about ghosts? Ghosts? I've never encountered one myself, but I have heard stories of folks who have been visited by their loved ones from beyond the grave, and it seems like it provides them with a sort of spiritual feeling. I think that said healing. Like their beloved relatives are watching over them, even in death. Is it curious about her land? Or perhaps your mother? Have you been visited by her? No, Oscar's place is haunted. Oh, like a Scooby-Doo episode or something? I'm afraid I don't buy into that particular notion. It's a bit too spiritualist. Now, for a vision one of his parents trying to contact him from heaven, I could understand that. But I simply don't believe in malicious spirits, lingering neither in heaven nor hell, jumping out of closets to scare us. I'm sure there's a perfectly reasonable explanation for whatever it is he saw. There's been a lot of supernatural stuff happening in the last few days. Really? Are you sure you weren't just seeing things? Trauma is funny ways of manifesting itself. I should go. It was nice meeting you, though. Of course, and if you find yourself in need of counseling or spiritual guidance, you know where to find me. Thanks for the offer. I'm just gonna be nice. That sounds lovely. Thank you. Really? Oh, that's great. Sorry, I just don't usually get positive responses when I ask folks if they want to come up to the church. Anytime that works for you, just swing by. I'm sure I'll be around. It was lovely to meet you, and you have a blessed day, Emily. The pastor leaves you be and joins the line to see the mayor. Nothing to do now but catch up with your companions. Go after them. I heard from Emily what happened, Oscar. I'm so sorry. Poor Rosaline. I can't even imagine how scary this has been for her. She seems to be in high spirits right now, but they got her on some pretty strong pain medication, so I'm not sure how she's going to feel when that wears off. And it was the whole foot? Yeah, it's bad, but she's alive. We'll both be able to move on from this. We just have to get through the tough parts first. We're here for you, man. Thank you, all of you. Everything feels like it happens so fast. I know our whole lives have changed, but it's taken my mind a little bit to catch up. I feel like such a mess. I hope it isn't keeping me from being the dad she needs right now. I'm sorry to cut your conversation short, but I better get going. I was only supposed to come back to pick up a few things, but then the hospital called and said there'd been some big bus accident on the highway, and they needed the bed, so I have to come pick her up. Even though her house is still haunted and the only place she could lie down until the dirty back room that drove her away in the first place, and MayorJimmy Day is happening. Sorry. I'm just a little overwhelmed. It's okay, Oscar. We're here to help. Yeah, we're gonna get that ghost. If you'd like, we could cleanse your house while you go pick her up. Seems like a good idea to do it while the sun's up anyway, right? If only, but it does come out during the day. So any cleansing attempts are going to have to wait until nightfall. I'm still not even sure we can get rid of it at all. I think I'd have to see for myself that it was God. It managed to trick me a couple of times. I can't handle any more surprises right now. I've got every ghost hunting device known to man. You're in good hands, Oscar. Don't worry, Oscar. We'll fix this. Heck yeah, we will. Yeah, whatever this is, we'll get to the bottom of it tonight. Thanks, guys. I really appreciate it. I'm heading out. It should be dark by the time we get back, so I suppose I'll see y'all then. Oscar hurries off, car keys jingling as he jogs out the door. Another quick drink. up to Reese's. Maybe we can get him to come ghost hunting with us. Oh no, you're not gonna try and get Dr. Kelly to let him leave the house, are you? She'll kick us out for even asking. I wonder if Evie knows what happened last night. I don't know how disconnected he is from the news around town. Gee, should we tell him? It's always better to know about stuff like this. Withholding information, trying to keep people in the dark on purpose, doesn't really help anyone. That's my opinion, at least. Anyway, y'all have fun at Dr. Kelly's place. Catch you tonight in the haunted house. See you, Avery. Anyway, shall we? Time to go. So, I finally met Pastor Daniel. It was only a matter of time before he tried to pull you aside about grief counseling. When my dad died, I had to ban him from the general store for a week. He wouldn't stop leaving these little pamphlets at the checkout. I don't know where he finds so many. Everyone should be nice to him. He seems like a good man. I'm gonna do this one. He and Janie keep trying to make me go to church. Yeah, not a lot of people go to church around here. It's not like folks in this town aren't Christians, but he's so creepy. No one wants to sit in the pews in that rundown old church and listen to that guy. Plus, the guy was grinning through the entirety of my dad's funeral. What a goal. And I don't mean that in a stigmatizing mental illness kind of way. There's just this little siren that goes off every time I see him that tells me to get away from him. That's exactly how I would describe it too. The whole town feels the same way. Now that I think about it, he must be pretty lonely. He can look for friends somewhere else. Should I? I'm gonna ask. Do you mind if I invite Tabitha ghost hunting? Please don't. Oh my god, yes! Can you imagine how much fun that would be if she actually shows? Stella, come on. I know you think you have some sort of bond with her, but she's awful. She isn't even nice to you. You just haven't given her a chance. Maybe if she comes along tonight, the two of you will finally get along. No. You discreetly shoot your cousin a text inviting her to the evening's ghost hunt. Stella and Kanika will find out about it if she actually shows up. Head to Reese's. Alright, shall we head out? The three of you leave the library for an early dinner at Reese's. Okay, and we're gonna stop here for now. But I just want to point out the book. Like, it lets you know what you did and stuff. And these are major decisions, apparently. So, kind of interesting. Anyway, return. And we are going to save. Perfect. And quit. So, we'll pick up again probably next week. Doing the, what do you want to call it? Doing the Reese thing. And then we might split it up even more, because the ghost hunt kind of tends to go for a while. So, but we'll see. In the meantime, I'll upload this either today or tomorrow. We'll see how far I get. And yeah. So, excuse me. Anyway, I hope everybody has a great weekend. Um, and I will talk to you guys next week.